Hello, grade 9. Today we are starting a new topic – The Vikings. Наша тема нова називається Вікінги. And it is the third episode about the professor. And третій епізод, це в нас третій епізод про професора, який мандрує у часі. And we will learn about the Vikings culture. And we will learn about their what they do, how they lived, and we will learn about some great geographical discoveries. But now, first of all, let's speak about the Vikings. The Vikings lived in Norway and Sweden and Denmark. От це була їхня територія, де вони жили спочатку на Скандинавському півострові і в Данії. These were their homelands. Then they moved, вони переселялися, розселялися, and they conquered and occupied, захопили some other countries, parts of Finland, Iceland, a bit of Greenland, part of Ireland, and England. Оце були їхні завоювання. And a part of France. And they made raids. Вони здійснювали набіги. Вони були нацією воїнів, warriors, a warrior nation. And they lived on robbing other countries and on trading. Вони жили грабунком і торгівлею. Вони нічого не вирощували, вони нічого не розводили особливо, вони не займалися в основному сільським господарством. Це була нація воїнів. So, and our text will be about that. Когось вони грабували і з кимось вони торгували. Well, they had gods. You know them, those who watched Avengers, ті, хто дивився серіали про героїв, знають, чули, бачили. So, these are the main gods of the Vikings. Odin, or in England he was called Wotan. Thor, Freya, Loki, Freyr, Frigg, Balder and Tyr. І англійські назви днів тижня походять, принаймні 4 дні тижня названі на честь саме цих богів. Odin, Wotan, supervises Wednesday, Одіну присвячена середа, Thor, Thursday, четвер, Freya is for Friday, and Tyr is for Tuesday. All of them are family. Всі вони практично це родина. They are brothers, sisters, and Odin and Freyr are their father and mother. And now let us have a look at the new words, at the words that you will meet in the text. Let us read them, let us pronounce them. Let go of somebody or something. I see. AD or Anno Domini. Року Господня, тобто нашої ери. BC, before Christ, до нашої ери. To lead, adventure, boat, to row, ahead, helmet, horn, to yell, or to take a notice. Sword, зверніть увагу, як пишеться, як промовляється. Sword, shield, battle, to occupy. Тут і окупувати, і займати. Просто займати якесь місце чим. Можна сказати, so he occupies the chair. Він займає цей стілець. А можна occupy the lands. Castle, to avoid, a warrior, scream, a scream, зойк, вереск, пронизливий крик, chase, to grab, club, палиця ще може бути клюшка у хокеї, наприклад, або бита у деяких іграх. To tie, to fascinate, innocent, to free, to carve, and edge, the word edge. Now we are listening to the text and saying whether these sayings are true or false. The year was 986 AD. Eric was a small man. Eric був маленький. The professor was given a gun. What is a gun? Рушниця або пістолет. The professor helped a woman. Допоміг жінці. Ula's parents were dead. Батьки Ули загинули. Ula gave the professor a wooden fox. Ула дала професору дерев'яну лисичку. The professor was shot. Професора застрелили. Well, now we are listening.
The Vikings. Exercise 2, page 52.
The professor never felt the crocodile's teeth. The guards let go of him, and he was falling through the air. Then everything went black. When he opened his eyes, he was on a Viking ship in the icy waters off the coast of Greenland. He suddenly realized that he traveled through time only when he was close to death. But how had this time traveling started? Only his colleague knew the answer, and he was far away. The year was 986 AD.
The year was 986 AD, and it is true. True. Okay, we go on.
And Eric the Red, the famous Viking explorer who discovered Greenland, was leading his men on another adventure. No
Eric the Red. Eric Рудий.
one noticed James. He was at the back of the boat, in a corner. The other men were rowing and looking straight ahead. Eric was a big man.
Eric was a big man. Small man, so it is false.
He had red hair, a red beard, and a red moustache. He wore a helmet on his head like the others, with horns coming out of the sides. When he saw James sitting doing nothing, he yelled at him to take an oar and help out. Neither he nor the other Vikings took any notice of the fact that he looked completely different from them. When they reached land, he too was given a sword and a shield.
So the professor was given a sword and a shield. He was not given a gun. There were no guns at that time. Ще рушниць тоді не винайшли. No, oh no. So it is false, and we go on.
Someone even put a horned helmet on his head. They were going into battle against men who had occupied a castle near the coast. Professor Kearns tried to avoid the fighting, but he had no choice. One of the enemy warriors ran at him with a sword, but he blocked it with his shield, then knocked the man to the ground. He stood over him with his sword raised, but he didn't want to kill the man. Suddenly, he heard a woman scream. Near the castle wall, a Viking was chasing a woman with long blonde hair. The Viking grabbed her by the hair and threw her to the ground. James ran towards her, picked up a club and hit the Viking over the head. He helped the woman to her feet.
So the professor helped the woman. Yes, it is true. It is true, he helped the woman.
And looked into her bright green eyes.
Don't worry,
He said.
I'm not going to hurt you.
Eric had seen James knock the Viking down and sent his men to grab him and the woman and take them back to the boat. He had their hands and legs tied, and he said he was going to throw them into the icy waters as soon as they set sail.
You'll be dead before you even realize you're in the water.
The woman's name was Ulla. Her people had been fighting the Vikings for years, and she had seen her brothers and her parents killed. She thought it was better to die than to live without them.
Don't say that.
Her parents and her brothers were dead. It is true. It is true. And now we'll see what about the
The professor said,
You have to want to live. To give up hope is like saying life was never worth living, and that simply isn't true.
The greenness of Ulla's eyes fascinated him. They looked sad, innocent, and beautiful at the same time. Ulla was able to free one of her hands. She reached into the pocket of her dress and took out a small, round piece of wood. Carved in the center was the face of an animal. Ulla explained that it was the white fox, and her people gave it to travelers before they left on a journey to bring them good luck.
So Ulla gave him a sculpture, carving, вирізане з дерева, of a white fox. Білої лисички, полярної лисички, так? І це давали мандрівникам з її народу. І вона дала це професору.
You're a kind man, and I want you to have it.
She said. She put it into the pocket of his jacket, and as she did so, Eric and some of the other Vikings came to take them to the boat's edge. The water was so cold they would probably die not long after they were thrown into it. The professor looked once more at Ulla, then he was thrown into the water.
So, he was thrown into the water. Його вкинули у воду. He was shot, його застрелили. It is false. It is false. And what you are to do at home? Що ви повинні зробити вдома? Вдома ви маєте прочитати, дочитати текст 3 на сторінці 53. Ось це ваше домашнє завдання. So, bye. And work at the text and work at the words. Ви працюєте над текстом і ви працюєте над словами.